Architecture is often described as frozen music, but a true home is more like a living breath. It is the way the morning light filters through a screen, the way a shadow dances across the hushed textures of the wall, and the quiet grace of a garden that rises to meet you in the soft mumble of the pond. Today, we invite you to experience the beat of the wave and the light of the peak. Welcome to the latest masterwork by Excalibur Builders. I'm currently anchored in the grand living room, a space engineered to be the definitive statement of this entire residence. But before we explore the sheer scale of the design, we must understand how one arrives at such a destination.
The transition from the bustling city to this Excalibur home begins at the fully automated pedestrian and vehicular gates, the pocket palm gardens, and the soft babble Foyer pond that provides an immediate acoustic lens that washes away the noise of the outside world. We implemented this handmade decorative honeycomb steel visors. They serve not just as a geometric statement for the home, but also as brise-soleil. It provides privacy for the 3-story panoramic glass windows behind it, protecting the interiors while also allowing the house to light up at night without exposing the owners. We have multi-layered beige travertine with niche lights on the perimeter wall, solid weatherproof wood slabs with accent lights, solid wood canopies, and slatted limestone fascias all throughout the house. And then there's the entry. This massive Narra door, which has this unique undulating design with the kamagong handle, is a sculptural masterpiece that pivots you into the foyer. This is the first thing you touch when you enter the house. Feels like it has real weight, and this door should last decades to come. This main door feels like a piece of the ocean caught in wood, with a reflective smoked copper glass glazing creating a dramatic entrance.
To the left of the foyer, we've designed the chameleon space. It's a flexible suite, perfect as a quiet executive office, a den for contemplation, or a cozy guest room for elderly family members, complete with its own en-suite bathroom. We have here solid Narra finishings from the ceiling to the floor to the door, in-house cabinetry, a view of the pocket palm garden, and a private entryway to and from the front of the house.
Now, this is it. If you want to talk about a showstopper, this is the powder room. Crowned by a ceiling fully cladded in iridescent brown mother of pearl, the space unfolds as the canvas of Brazilian marble lights the entire interior, grounded by the warmth of beige travertine that blankets the entire space. It's a jewel box of a room. Returning to the heart of the home, the living room celebrates verticality. The lit Patagonia wall stretches from floor to ceiling, a natural tapestry of stone that serves as a beacon. Above us, the tortoise shell 3D ceiling design with starlight accents in Fibonacci pattern creates a soft, hotel-like ambiance that feels both grand and intimate. And in a house that's defined by such strong structural lines, Kenneth Cobonpue's linya adds organic soul to the space.
I think lineas are beautiful when they're really large. And this is one of the largest that we've done. They're usually in red. My mother taught me the value and the beauty of form. And she was very known for making this very sculptural furniture back in the 80s. And so if you see the linea, you see all these curves pushing against each other. Every curve has a volume. It's going in some direction. And yet, when you see all of them together, they're beautiful, that they're all kind of different curves, but you see them as one. And that's the beauty of the linea.
The large format solid limestone floor began its journey from the foyer and continues across the entire ground level. Now we proceed to a more tactile space, still as grand. This is the informal living room, fully cladded with Narra ceiling, niches with Italian white travertine backdrop, and the blue-green Amazonite marble here is just vibrant and refreshing, acting as a visual prelude to the water outside.
So we have a great green space here. Then you have this monumental stone wall that hugs the entire 12-meter pool, including the jacuzzi and the rear wall. And you also have this water feature overlooking this Amazonite marble so that you still feel connected inside the home. The luxury here is really experiential. We've included a dedicated pool bathroom and a sauna wrapped with crazy cut stones, making this space a true wellness circuit. For the hungry swimmers, there are several direct access points right into the showcase kitchen.
Going to the heart of the home's hospitality, the open kitchen features Caesar stone countertops with embedded digital outlets for a seamless look. The modular cabinetry hides the clutter, but the Narra Teppanyaki Island counter, it is where the real memories are made, together with Kenneth Cobonpue's barnacle hanging lamp, a refreshing wine station, and light-filled work counters. We selected solid Narra slabs for the Teppanyaki Island. The chef is positioned at the center of the island's U configuration, surrounded by 2 to 4 stools. The island is also perfectly oriented to face our next destination, the formal dining area.
And the journey continues in the dining area. Look up and you will see a constellation ceiling of solid Narra, paired with white mother-of-pearl feature wall, smoked copper glazing, and limestone floor. Even the light switches here are cladded in real Calacata marble. Because at Excalibur Builders, luxury is in the details you touch every single day. And now we go below the surface. In many homes, the basement is hidden, but here, it's celebrated. Descending the stairs, you are met by an air well, where a waterfall cascades from the ground floor against the backdrop of handmade limestone. The attention to detail remains absolute. Even the elevator access is cladded to the basement in slatted limestone that seamlessly extends into the service areas. This level is the engine room of the estate, housing a 5 to 6 car gallery, a high-capacity service kitchen, and a laundry room. They've also provided restful, dedicated quarters for both male and female staff, ensuring that those who maintain the home are provided with the same level of comfort and privacy as the rest of the residents. Beyond the utility of the house lies a personal hidden territory, the man cave. Dominated by kamagong ceiling, this room is a world of its own. with a private bath and an exclusive view of the waterfall. It is completely disconnected from the noise of the outside world. That was the foundation, but we've only scratched the surface. We're moving from the engine of the home, the logistical layers of this property, to the personal suites above.
In a home of this scale, it's easy to lose the details, but at Excalibur Builders, we obsess over them. Every square meter of this project has been pushed far beyond its limit, from the way the landscaping framed the airwell, all the way to the consistency of the flow of the water on all sides of the cascading limestone waterfall. As a result, the water does not splash on the glass and does not leave any watermarks. It's these small details that keep a property from looking old.
Stay with us. In the second half of our tour, we are going upstairs to see how 1,000 small, deliberate choices create one massive standard of living. Welcome back. Now we have reached the inner circle of the home. If the ground floor was about the public statement, this level is about personal quiet. We are now in a gallery of deliberate choices. Even the circulation spaces, often overlooked as just pathways, are treated here as significant transitions. The limestone footing, the glacier glass panel, the Narra handle. These smoked layers act as a gentle veil, creating a cooling effect while obscuring the view from below to grant the family total privacy without closing off the light.
We don't just design so it's beautiful, we also design for performance. The honeycomb sunshades cast dramatic, shifting shadows across the walls throughout the day. The linen corner, for example, is just a cupboard, but we put it exactly where it's needed, so the house stays organized without any effort. The light switches are also framed with different real marble. Even the tiniest details are upgraded.
Underfoot, we have extra large, solid, Narra planks that carries through the entire second floor all the way to the master's bedroom. The master's universe begins with a private coffee nook at the reception, or a welcome bar, if you may, to drop your essentials after a long day.
So in construction parlance, we often focus on what we call the shell. So in this case, the master bedroom right here is the pearl of the whole project. You have a rhythmic ceiling instead of a flat standard finish. We created these wood panels in an alternating up and down seesaw pattern, creating a natural cadence in the room. It is an intentional architectural style that makes the room feel alive. This home more or less sits on a lot area of 575 square meters, but the scale of the living area and the master's bedroom shifts. We've utilized every cubic meter to ensure this space works as hard as you do. Across the sleeping area, we have narrow slats creating a wave pattern against the sandy shore of Italian undulato marble. A double-height ceiling with narrow borders matching the narrow headboard in the bed area, and of course, the recurring mother of pearl to complete the resort spirit.
Actually quite refreshing to see your designs come alive, actual people's homes. They really take pride and passion in the work that they do, which is the same spirit that I have when I make my designs. So Sergio is a creator also, just like me, and I'm sure he's a perfectionist. I see it in the work that they do on the details, and I'm like that too with my furniture. In every piece, every joint, it has to be really well done. And Sergio's given me a lot of ideas about what people love, and it's always very refreshing to take feedback. My market it's a world market, and people live differently around the world. And I believe that I can bring always different twists and that extra detail pizzazz to every design. So it is a challenge.
They didn't stop at the sleeping area. This bath is a masterclass in texture. Substantial his and hers walk-in closets, a bath featuring a massive Madagascar marble feature wall, countertop with dual vanities, lit stone niches integrated throughout the walls to provide a soft, ambient glow that eliminates the need for harsh overhead lights. And the master suite has a secret, a loft that sits just above. A second walk-in closet for the lady of the house, modular cabinetry designed for a serious collection of luxury pieces. And a second dresser with a window that brings in the light.
The junior suites are treated with the same intensity as the master. In this room, the ceiling is fully cladded in a zigzag Narra design. A mother of pearl headboard travels all the way to the ceiling, reflecting light from the large windows, with extensive built-in study shelves, generous cabinetry for all the belongings and collectibles, ensuite toilet and bath with details to die for, and a dresser that looks directly out into the greenery. It's a space built for both fun, focus, and rest.
The second junior suite offers yet another unique ceiling geometry and custom study shelves. Each room is treated with the same weight as a primary suite, each with its own character, each own bathroom, own walk-in closet, and a tailored atmosphere. But we intentionally avoided making these rooms feel like isolated boxes. Each suite maintains a direct connection to the open to below void.
The fourth bedroom is wrapped in a very special material.
This is the prestigious Calacata gold marble from Italy. This stone interacts with the natural light coming off the city. We paired this with the bespoke display cabinetry engineered specifically for a serious collector. At Excalibur Builders, we understand that a home of this caliber must serve as a vault for your achievements. In this room, you are connected to the pulse of the city, but you remain the master of your own nest. Beyond the Calacata walls, the design opens up to frame the city skyline.
Landing on the third floor, ushered in by this French wall fabric. The view of the fourth bedroom continues into the entertainment lounge. The dark, exotic camagong overhead provides a sense of enclosure and warmth, while the Nero Marquina adds a sharp, masculine edge. All of these finishings, including the Narra wall, follow the same fluted pattern. Every surface here has been textured, a detailed process of carving parallel grooves into the material to create a play of light and shadow that shifts as you move through the room. But the design doesn't close you in. The lines draw your eye toward the window, where the room opens up to a commanding view of the neighborhood, whether this serves as a high-end guest suite or a sports lounge. And for the host who understands the value of an impression, this bar is the centerpiece. At night, the Brazilian ice backlit marble bar is alive. Excalibur Builders designed this space to function as a private sky lounge. Whether you're hosting a quiet deal-closing dinner or a large-scale celebration, the materials do the heavy lifting for you, creating an atmosphere of prestige that requires no explanation. It is the ultimate venue for a party that people will remember, and a proof to what happens when you treat every square meter as a stage for success. We began this journey at the gates, talking about the movements of the wave and the breath of a home. Now, standing here as the sun sets, you can see how all those materials, the travertine, the Narra, the Patagonia, come together to form a singular, quiet power.
Excalibur Builders is a distinct and separate entity from other construction firms. Our company has been a trusted leader in the design and build industry for 10 years, operating with unwavering integrity. We remain dedicated to our clients. With our exceptional in-house team, whose hard work and commitment are the foundation of every home we build.
A home is an investment in the life you've built. With a 3-story profile, a high-capacity basement, and over 1,350 square meters of floor area, this residence stands as the new benchmark for Excalibur Builders. It is solid. It is deliberate. It is yours.
At the end of the day, we don't just build houses. We build homes where your best moments are actually going to happen. Welcome home.
Call 0917-146-0110 to learn more.